Hey folks, Geoff here from the Fiddle Jam Institute. I'd like to talk to you today about stage fright. Now this is a subject I've covered before in my Fiddle Jam book. It's out with Leonard. I did a little piece, a wit and wisdom piece it's called, that are spread out throughout that book, called The Stages of Stage Fright. And I found it helpful in my teaching to help people work through that. A lot of people get nervous. I did it first too. I can remember my first violin recital that I did. I was probably age 9 or something, and I don't know which was shaking more, my pant leg or my bow. I was so nervous. I remember that. I don't remember what piece I played on or anything about it other than that. I remember where it was, I think. Villa Maria College in Buffalo, New York. But that's about it. I remember being nervous. And obviously I've gotten over that. I've played in front of crowds as big as 40,000 people. It's not a big deal to me. I could play in front of everybody at this point. I played the lowest of the low and the highest of the high, or at least highest for me. And none of it's a big deal now. So, how did I get there? Well, I realized that there's 3 steps to getting through your nervousness. And this can be applied to not just music, but anything, public speaking or standing up in front of your friends, standing up at a town meeting, anything. So the first step is obviously fear, terror. Now, when you're afraid of something, you can just run and never do it again, or you can examine it and say, what actually am I afraid of? So if you're doing a violin recital, what can you be afraid of? Well, you could be afraid of playing a wrong note. Now, if you're in the classical world, that's a little more important. You try and play the right notes. If you're in the jamming world, which I am trying to teach everybody, it's not as big of a deal. If you make a goof, we're told to repeat it. It becomes a motif. And just kind of straighten it out in your jamming. So that's not a big deal. It might be the style might help you. But other than that, what will actually happen? Would the sky fall on your head if you hit a wrong note? Would everybody laugh at you? Probably not. Would they throw rotten tomatoes? Probably not. Would they get angry at you? Doubtful. Most people in audiences are pretty forgiving, especially if you're just starting out. Most people in your audience, if you're just starting out, will most naturally be your friends and family and people who love you anyways, or at least appreciate you, give you a shot. So it's not very realistic to think that much terrible is going to happen if you goof up. If you look silly, your fly could be down, your slip showing, a piece of toilet paper stuck to your shoe. All those things are pretty improbable. And you can check. I have on stage before, reached down, looking away, making sure my fly's up. It happens. But those things are pretty illogical and improbable. So that kind of dissipates fear a little bit. So but the next step towards getting your fear often is a technique. It's some other emotion, which for me and for a lot of people in the rock and roll world was anger. So what if now anger might not be the highest vibrational emotion to have, but it works as a step. What if you were slightly pissed off? You went up there and said, I don't care what you think. You probably wouldn't know a wrong note if it flew up the end of my bow and bonked you in the head anyways. People. Shut up and listen to me play. That statement has no fear, does it? Even if you're pretending, if you did that in your head, just walked up there and played like you didn't care. Not caring is actually a good thing in this case. When you care too much, it messes you up because you have performance anxiety then. So, anger is a good one. Now, a lot of people stop right there and have a career based on that. A lot of rock and roll people are nothing but anger. And it works for them. It works for their audience. Thing. I have some of that in me. I didn't stop there, though. It's just an emotion I can draw upon when I want, like an actor in my music. But it works for a lot of people. Another one that's maybe a little more gentle is humor. What if when you're going up to do your violin recital, you imagine everyone in the audience sitting on a toilet with their pants down? Some of the sights might not be very pretty. But that'd take the sting off it, wouldn't it? Just imagine something silly, like everybody in a clown outfit or something. I don't know, whatever works for you. Be creative. But that takes the fear off of it too, and it takes the emphasis away from you, because you really want to, in the end, give the audience something, which is really the third level, the third stage of stage fright stuff, where you want to be, in my opinion. Just kind of distracting yourself from the fear It works for only a while, but really, in the end, you really want to be a servant. Music is a service. We are the servants, ultimately. You're a servant to listening to the music and trying and jamming that, and you're also a servant to the audience. Because ultimately, what is music for? It's to give and hopefully get goosebumps. I'll say it over and over in all these videos. So when you're really on more of a spiritual level with it, you play your best, hoping that the audience will love it and get something joyful out of it, and they'll give you that back. That's really what it's all about, this circle. All right? And if anger helps a little bit, sometimes people like anger in the audience too. You know, they respect intensity, because a lot of people don't have much intensity in their life. They need that from us too. But give the joy, get the joy. There's no room for fear in that one. You got it? So, it's okay to be in any one of those 3 stages. Stage 1, fear and terror, is okay. Just recognize you're there and do the couple tricks I told you about to get out of it. And it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be goofy. Whatever works. But the ultimate goal is to be more spiritual about it, I think, and give and get goosebumps. All right, so I hope that helps. Enjoy, and check out some of the other videos and stuff on Fiddle Jam Institute. You can join the free Fiddle Jam Club, which is an email list where you'll get sneak peeks at some of these new videos and some other freebies and stuff. And check out the Fiddle Jam book if you want, fiddlejam.com. All right, thanks a lot.